All right, let's get into the middle of our mat for today's session. We are going to be doing an intermediate session. I will give some easier and harder variations, but we're kind of focusing a little bit more on kind of spinal mobility and a little bit of that abdominal strength through the middle. I'll give little different variations as well. We've got a couple of like shoulder dominant exercises, some side bends. So if you know they're not right for you, just bear with me and I'll give you another variation kind of as we go through. All right, so we're in the middle of our mats, lovely and relaxed, getting ready for our warm-up. All right, we can do 2 shoulder rolls. Just give us a nice 2 rolled shoulder movements, fantastic. And then 2 full arm circles. Leave the thumbs on the way up, turn the hands at the top, and leave the little fingers on the way down. Again, one more of those. Thumbs on the way up, turn the hands at the top, and then leave the little fingers on the way down. Take your hands up to shoulder height. We're going to draw one hand back into our bow and arrow, making sure our hips are pointing forward still, and reach ourselves forward. We're going to draw back with the other arm, again, keeping those hips pointing forward, and reach again. Fantastic. With a breath. Breathe out to pull back. Breathe in to reach forward. Breathe out to pull back. Breathe in to reach forward. Level 2. Breathe out to pull back. Breathe in to just increase that stretch through the biceps. Open that big arm up. Hand back to the shoulder on the breath out. Reach forward to start again for your breath in. So breathing out. Looking behind you guys. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Now again, if that breath pattern's too much, don't worry about it. Just keep it nice and fluid as long as you're breathing naturally. On this last one, let's just draw that centre in. Keep that pelvic floor lifted as you move up into a nice capital Y stretch. Breathing in to bring the hands back to shoulder height. Breathing out to open into your capital Y stretch. Breathing in to come back. Now remember, we're breathing out as we open. So really want that tuck. As you breathe out, really glide your ribs down towards your pubic bone. Create that really nice short distance between your rib cage and your pubic bone. But when you breathe in and relax here, you're just letting that rib cage relax, okay? So breathing out, tucking the ribs down, breathing in, let it rest. Okay, let's go for 2 more. Just really focusing on the rib cage, as well as obviously the big, beautiful shoulder movement. Come back here. All right, let's roll the pelvis forward and then roll the pelvis backwards. So forwards tilts and a backwards tilt. Forwards tilts and a backwards tilt. So we're going to start that kind of extra warm-up of the spine by just doing a couple of little tilts there. Fantastic. Draw that centre in, soften through the rib cage, engage that pelvic floor, and then float both the heels up, kind of not moving anything else. You've locked the upper body into a gorgeous position, and then slowly lower those heels down. Fantastic. We're going to float them up and float them down. So we're going to go quite slow. Try to do a breath in and a breath out. Just 3 more. So it's really starting very much on the balance. If you really need your feet to come a little bit further apart, that's fine in order to balance, but try to keep the heels squashed and your balls of your big toes touching. Good. Okay, we can do a half knee bend. Because the feet are still touching, you're not going to be able to go very far. Then from there, we're going to lift those heels up, lower those heels, and then stand up again. So again, trying to be really narrow, soften through the knees, and the knees are touching. Heels lift, heels lower, stand up. Okay, as you go down, lift that belly button, float the heels, keep that belly button lifted, lower the heels, stand up. 2 more of those. So it's quite small. Because those knees are touching, you're not going to be able to go very low. Your back will start to change otherwise. 1 more. Squeeze the knees together. Really challenging your balance. Heels down. Okay, so if you want to, take it a bit further. Knees down. Heels lift. Now keep those knees and ankles touching as you stand up. Then lower the heels down lastly. Good. Soften. Heels lift. Now the hands are on your hips still to kind of lock this upper body in position. And let's keep on down. A couple more. Roll the shoulders back and down. Engage through that center. Lift your pelvic floor. 2 more, go on. Down, lift. Remember, take the feet apart if you need a little bit more balance. Not a problem. Lift. Now stay at the top, guys. Stay at the top. Get a little bit taller. Engage those glutes a little bit more. And we're going to pulse through the heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. And now take those feet hip distance apart if they're not already there. Soften through those knees again. Take the hands up to shoulder height. Get a little lower. Gorgeous. Bring one heel up and down. Bring the other heel up and down. We'll go for 6, 5. Now we're not moving the torso. 4. Everything's below the hip. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the glutes to stand up. Fantastic. Hands on hips. Sink down. Now with those hands on those hips, do a little forwards tilt and a little backwards tilt. So find that middle ground, like really kind of enforce that beautiful spinal position. Because I'm going to get you now to take your hands up to shoulder height, get a little lower, and then I'm going to try to ask you very slowly, you can lift your hands up until you feel your back start to move. Because the higher your hands go, you'll arch the lower back, and we're not going to do that. You're not going to allow it. Good. Now do the heels. Now lift the heel, lower the heel, 1 at a time. 6, the shoulders back and down. 5, draw that belly button in. 4, lift the ribs a little bit. 3, and just make sure that lower back is really lovely and steady. 2, 1, lift the hands a little bit higher. Get the bum a little bit lower. Draw that belly button all the way in. Circle the hands and stand up. Oh, okay, good, fantastic. All right, nice. A little bit more on the legs, nothing too dramatic. Couple of little lunges. Lovely and tall through the torso. Hands on hips, step forward 1 foot. Step back with the other. Lift the back heel off the floor, that stays off the floor. Drop the back knee down towards that mat and then do a little tuck under, backwards pelvic tilt as you lower to increase that stretch on your front thigh. And then slowly come up. 5 more. Breathing out on the way down. Breathing in on the way up. And if you can try and make it really slow, you'll know how in control you are. Is it momentum that's just doing the movement? Or are you doing a really nice job of making sure everything's working hard? Last one, front foot, lift the inner arch up. Just have a really good foot position. Step in and then step back. And let's go to the other side. Step forward and step back. Lift the back heel up, soften the rib cage, draw that center in, and as you lower the back knee, you're dropping into that little tuck under, and then a nice gentle push up in between. Breathing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up. Again, that front foot, think of the arch, keep it nice and lifted. Okay, we want to make sure that arch is nice and high. 2, and 1, so moving through the whole body on our warm-up. Step in and step back. Okay, into the spinal warm-up now. Relax the arms down by the sides. 2 side roll downs. Shoulder roll into the side lean. Hold it there. Just enjoy that stretch before you fold forward. And then folding. Stroke down the outside of the leg. Swing to the middle. And then roll up through that lovely straight line. Shoulders back second to last, head up last. The other shoulder rolls. Into the side lean. Take that second, just enjoy the stretch. Then fold. Swing to the middle. And then squeeze the glutes, backwards tilt as you roll up. And then straight into 2 straight roll downs. Chin to the chest. Shoulders flop forward. Sinking through the vertebrae 1 at a time, breathing in at the bottom and breathing out to roll up very slowly. Push the hips forward, shoulders and head lift. Let's go again. As soon as you drop the head, look towards your belly button and continue to look towards the belly button. It gets the maximum stretch Breathing out, roll up. Still looking at your belly button, keeping really curved. Shoulders, then head. Then we're going to go into our upper body stretch. So fingertips, fingers interlaced, drop forward, roll those shoulders forward. Stretch the hands to shoulder height as you look down. And then look at the hands. And then continue to look at the hands all the way to the top. Breathe in, squeeze the bum cheeks. Breathe out to rest. Let's go again. Interlace the fingers, palms down, head down. Float the hands up to shoulder height. Look into your belly button. Now look at the hands, reaching forward, keeping the back, the lower back still. Squeeze the bum. Breathe in at the top. Circle, breathe out. One more. Looking down. Stretch forward. Breathe in to look at the ceiling. Breathe out to circle down. Fantastic. Okay, let's go into some slightly harder exercise. So we're going to take the hands up shoulder height and bend the elbows in. We're going to start off by really simply taking the arms wide to get stretched through the front of the shoulder and then bringing it back again. Nice and easy. Breathing out and breathing in. Now obviously take this movement as far as you can. If you are shoulder sore today, you can go to dumb waiter. That's fine. But breathing out as you open, whichever version you do, and breathe in to bring it back. Now, if you bring your forearms all the way together, it will take your kind of vision away. So when we start doing the balance part in a second, it will get a little harder. So let's take the hands back onto hips, rock the weight onto one side, float one leg up just to that single leg tabletop, and initially just, are we comfortable in this kind of balanced position? Any point you need to, put the foot down in between and maybe start again. If you're happy there, take the hands back to that original open book stretch. We're going to breathe out to open as before, breathe in to come down. The harder version I'd like you to all try is as you open the hands, you straighten that leg out in front of you and then bend the knee back when you close the hands. Again, all the way in, takes your vision away, which will make your balance a lot harder. If that's too much, you can just tap the foot in front of you and then lift. But either way, let's go for 4 more. Whichever level you're doing, you can even just keep the legs still, not a problem. But let's go for a breath out as you open and a breath in to come back. 1 more of those, and when you finish, just lower everything down. Almost give yourself a little shake off, get nothing in the lower back. Let's rock the weight across to the other side. Float up to a single leg tabletop. Again, spend that little bit of time just making sure that balance is there. Float the hands back up to open book. Close down the vision if you're feeling very strong today. And then open and extend the leg as you breathe out. And breathe in to bring it back. Remember, or you can just tap the toe down in front of you before you bring it back to a high knee. But again, either way, it doesn't matter what level you're doing, guys. Just do it well. If you're absolutely all over the place, just drop down a level. Just drop down a little how hard you're finding it. Maybe to keep your hands open. So you've always got that point in front of you for your vision. 2 more. Draw that belly button in. We're not moving the back still. It's all in just the arms and legs. And then rest ourselves down again. Fantastic, that's really good, guys. Okay, hands back on the hips. Let's start some side pocket warm-up. From that hip distance apart position, just take your feet a little wider and those heels a little wider. Quarter turn your toes facing outwards away from each other and lift the inner arches of your feet up. Soften through the knees. It really is just a little bend on them. Drawing that torso in. Now keep your body upright and shift the weight across to one side. Good. Straighten out that opposite leg, keeping a bent knee that you're standing on. And again, without tipping yourself over, let's go for some toe taps. So 10, good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Relax the shoulders. 2, 1. Now hold that position, please, guys. Really straighten out that straight leg. Now just take it behind you, like a few inches. Back shouldn't have changed, it's just the leg, just going behind you. 10 toe taps just behind you. Now lengthen through the back of that neck, bring that chin in, widen the collarbone, look very snobby, very posh. Draw that belly button in, soften through the rib cage. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just rest. Lovely, fantastic. Okay, coming back, starting again. Starting at the hip distance apart, the little extra turn and the quarter turn away. Lift those inner arches of those feet up, soften through the knees. Make sure you've got that nice drawn in tummy. If you want a little bit more abdominal work, little backwards tilt and a little rib cage tuck, really just shortening that distance down. Rocking the weight across to the opposite side, keeping that upper body very straight and vertical. Straighten out and point that toe. 10 toe taps. 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5. Lift the pelvic floor. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Just engage that center a little bit more. Lengthen through the back of that neck and take that foot just behind you. Lovely. Straighten out, tense that thigh, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, 1, and then gently just bring it in. Nice. Okay, let's go down to the floor. So go to the end of the mat. We're going to roll ourselves down to 4-point kneel. So when you're ready, breath in at the top, beautiful tall posture, and then breathe out through that roll down, all the way to the floor, then breathe in to kind of lower yourself down. Now we're going to take the ball and have it readily available, and we're going to go straight onto our backs. So, get your bottom into the middle of your mat. Gently, if you need to, use your hands to help you lower yourself down. We're going to start off with the ball between our knees. Bring your heels close to your bottom. Pop the ball in between your knees and then let yourself just gently roll back. Long arms by the sides. Open up those shoulders. Okay, so lift those inner arches of your feet. Make sure you've got strong foot position. Shoulder bridge level 1. So, nice and easy. Roll into your backwards tilt. Squeeze those sit bones together. Peel off the floor 1 vertebrae at a time. Stop when you feel those ribs kind of start to come up separately. You want to keep it nice and soft here. And then reverse it. So roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Keep those shoulders soft. Relax the bum cheek muscles and then just tip that pelvis forward back just to neutral. Okay, so there's our level 1. Let's do 1 more of those. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out to roll ourselves up nice and simply. Hold it at the top for a breath in. You stretch that rib cage out. And then breathe out on the way down. Okay, so level 1. All right, let's try for a level 2. We're going to roll up to the top as before, peeling through 1 vertebrae at a time. Now keeping your thighs in line. Looking down at your tummy and your hip bones. You can even put your hands on your hips if you want to figure it out. Am I dropping? Stretch 1 leg away. Put that foot back down again. Stretch the other foot away. Put the foot back down again and then lower yourself all the way back down to the floor. So 2 leg movements, keeping those hips level. Let's go again. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out to roll up. We're going to keep that ball in. Breathe in to stretch the leg. Breathe out to put it flat to the floor. Breathe in, stretching the other leg. Breathing out, flat to the floor. And then that gentle curl down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Now, if you feel comfortable, but the ball is just wobbling around, you just take the ball out. As long as you keep those thighs in line. Let's try for level 3, or you stick at level 2, or level 1, it's up to you. So level 3 is 8 leg extensions in 1 shoulder bridge. So let's try it together. Breathe in, set your center. Breathe out, peel up from that floor. Breathe in, stretch one leg, breathe out, put it down. 2, and down. 3, and down. Now remember, you don't have to put the breath in if it's a bit too much. Drop the ball if it's getting in the way. And as long as you're working on this lovely straight line, you know, it's shoulder to toe that you want that lovely long line on. Last one, number 8, and then lower yourself all the way down. Okay, let's go for one more of those. So whichever level you're doing, we'll go for the round. Breathe in, breathe out on the way up. So shoulder bridge level 1, just drop to the floor in between. If it's level 3, keep on going. If it's level 2, you'll probably get 2 rounds in. But let's keep those hips level. Let's keep that belly button drawn in. There should be no doming, so if you can look, it's drawing the belly button towards the spine, keeping that front portion of your tummy very flat. 2 more. Keeping the control of the pelvis, and then lower ourselves down. Hug one knee, then 2 knees into the chest, and just stay there. Don't roll it around. Just let the lower back fall in towards the mat with the weight of the legs over it to almost give a little bit of a pushy massage in. Then just do a little couple of tips forward and backwards, but make it the hands that are doing that work. You know, it's not the abs that are doing the rocking, it's actually, you know, it's the hands that are doing it. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, so I'm going to get us up to shoulder bridge level 4 if you want to, but we're going to do something in between which will help prepare us. So grab the ball again, but this time pop it under your head for a comfortable pillow, but also we're going to have a bit of a visual of our knees. So we're going to do a modified one leg stretch, which will prepare us for our shoulder bridge level 4. So let's all go together. Pull those shoulders back and down. Lengthen those fingers away from right down towards our toes. Draw the belly button in and just press the rib cage into the floor. We're going to go into a single leg tabletop without moving that lower back. So a normal one leg stretch, level 2. Stretch the leg out, guys, keeping the thighs in line, and then bring it back. Breathing out to stretch. Breathing in to come back. 3 more. 3. And don't worry about that breath if you don't want to. Just focus on keeping the center engaged and the back not moving. Number 5, hold it there. Same leg. Stretch that leg down towards the floor. Tap the heel or calf down if you can, and then gently bring it in. So we're just taking that lever a little bit longer. And as you do that stretch, you're keeping this area, that lower back pelvic position, really just very stable. The want will be to tip the pelvis forward, come up to the lower back, and that's what we're fighting, that move. We don't want to change that pelvis. Number 5, now keep the leg down there. Now, depending on your hamstring length is how high you can go. We take that straight leg up towards the ceiling, flex the ankle, and then gently lower the leg down again without moving the back. Point the toe, slowly lift, stop when you feel the lower back start to roll it into the floor, flex the ankle, lower it down. 3 more. So we're doing this movement, it doesn't matter how big it is, it's about controlling the lower back. Remember, that's the key thing here. So 2 more. If you go too high, you'll just drop the lower back into the floor. We don't want that. We want to keep this really gorgeous neutral torso, neutral pelvis. Get to the top, bend the knee, and then put that foot down. And when you relax, nothing crazy should move here because we started exactly in the same position. But we should have a nice tired leg. So let's balance that out on the other side. So relax into a neutral position with our center engaged. With the second leg into tabletop. Pull those shoulders back and down. Stretch the leg away. Gently curl it in. 4. 3. 2. 1. I'm just keeping everything in line of our vision. to the floor. 5, and in. 4, and in. 2, really reach that toe away, guys. Keep the lower back in line, hold it down there. Straight line up, flex the ankle, lower it down. Good, point the toe, breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Just think about the lower back position. Keeping the shoulders and neck relaxed. 4, and 5. Get to the top, bend the knee, and rest. Now, honestly, with level 2, yes, it's a bit modified, but nothing should be sore in the lower back, no tension in the neck. I'm going to go same leg movements, exactly the same leg movements, but if you want to, your other leg's going to stay in tabletop to make it harder, okay? But if you need to be in single leg tabletop, just keep the other foot on the floor. Same again, let's go. So one leg, if you want the second leg up, take that up now, and then just the original leg. 45 degrees and in, same leg. 45 degrees and in. 3, 4. Still thinking about the lower back, it's our main focus. 5. Now stretch it to the floor. So it might not be as beautiful and as pretty because that second leg is in the air. You might not be able to drop it down as low because you've got to work a lot harder in your torso to stabilize because of course the foot can't help you anymore. 5, and then straight leg up, flex, and straight leg down. Now just don't move that bent knee. Look at it, focus your attention on that bent knee. Is it moving around? Is it going anywhere? We want to keep that knee over the hip. 4, and 5. And then just hug both knees into the chest real quick. Fab. Okay, no pain in that lower back, please. At any point, you just put that second leg down to increase your stability. You'll still work hard, but it's not going to be because you're pulling the lower back. All right, let's go to that second side. So single leg tabletop, shoulders back, double leg tabletop. Okay. Breathing out for the second leg to go to that 45 degrees, then breathing in. Breathing out, and in. 3, 4, draw that pelvic floor up. 5, and then all the way to the floor. Now remember, if you need to, just put that second foot down, even if it's just for like 1 repetition. Breathing out, breathing in. Keep that pelvic floor lifted, no bearing down with those muscles. Last one, keep it straight and then take it up to the ceiling. Now remember, really looking at that bent knee. Pointy toe up, flexy toe down. Pointy toe up, breathing in, flexy toe down, breathing out. 2, and up to the ceiling, bend the knee, hug into the chest. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Well done. Now, one leg down at a time. Now, the reason we did the straight leg lift and lower is if you want to try shoulder bridge level 4, it's that leg movement. So this one. Okay. You're doing it in the shoulder bridge. So you can either do it here, you can do shoulder bridge, or you can bring them both together. This is your time. So ball away. No one needs a ball. Whatever level you're doing. So if you want to do this, the one leg stretch, just do it. If you want to do some shoulder bridges, let's just do those. If you want to go shoulder bridge level 4, come with me now. So shoulder bridge. Healing up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Take one leg into single leg tabletop and straighten it in the air. Flex the ankle. Lower the leg down. Point the toe. Lift that leg. Good. We're going to do 4. Now your aim is just to do 4 leg movements, really slow, controlled, without dropping your hips, either one of them or both of them. After that 4th one, you bend the knee, put the foot down, realign yourself, go all the way to the floor, quick rest, then do the second side, breathing in, breathing out. So again, you can do level 1 shoulder bridge, level 2, level 3, or here, level 4. Straighten the leg in the air. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, roll down in between. 1 more to each side, whatever level you're doing, let's go. Roll it up. Level 4 with me. Straight leg, flex the ankle. 4, 3, keep the hips high. 2, relax the neck and shoulders. 1, to the top, foot down, straight into the second side. Let's go all the way up. Flex the ankle, point the toe. 3, 2, 1, and down. Woo. Okay, hug those knees into the chest, lift the chin up into the chest, and then use momentum to slowly help you sit up. Fantastic. We can do just a really quick stretch before we go back actually onto our backs. So just very slow, just kind of fold yourself forward over those legs. And actually just engage, I just want a nice rounded back, tucking the chin in. I just want to counteract that big kind of extension position I've just put you in with a nice, relaxed flex. Hold that for a couple of seconds. Roll yourself up. This will be alien, but fold, cross the legs around the opposite way, and then go again. So just go completely, everyone will always cross their legs over one way. And I'm going to, we're just going to challenge you in here. Obviously, I want to make you really balanced if I can. You should feel a very different stretch, and maybe the other hip probably, maybe the lower back. But relax, relax, relax in that position. And then gently curl yourself back up. Okay, so we're going to do some ab preps next. And we're going to take it again into that more intermediate, maybe advanced, by bringing the ball in as well. So let's all try this one. Take that ball, pop it under like your bra strap or where you wear a heart rate monitor, and then gently let yourself down onto that ball. Unless you know you're not supposed to pop that there. Okay, heels in close to the bottom. Everybody, hands interlaced behind the head. Shoulders down away from those ears, and then just have those elbows just so you can just see them in that kind of side vision. Now our ab prep is chin into the chest, ribs go and glide down towards the pubic bone, and then gently roll back, but this time over the ball, you're going to let the ribs really float up to the ceiling. But you keep the chin into the chest. Don't look behind you. You're still looking just at the ceiling. So curving the upper back. And then lift. Ribs. Glide those ribs down to your pubic bone. Breathe in. Lift it up to the ceiling. Breathe out. Curl forward. Breathe in. Lift it to the ceiling. Keep on going. If you don't want the ball, it's absolutely fine. You just continue doing the same movement like this. Chin to the chest, ribs up, and then breathing in to come back down again in between. The ball is just there to give you a little bit more range in the upper back, but obviously to what goes up towards a little bit harder. Let's go for 3 more. Breathing in and breathing out to lift. Breathing in and breathing out to lift. Last one. Lift the pelvic floor. Down we go. And then just rest there. Prop yourself up on your elbow. Take the ball away and then lower yourself down. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go again with the ab prep position, but we're going to put in a one leg stretch level 2. So again, it's up to you whether you bring that ball in as well. If you're struggling with the ball and you want to do the legs, just leave the ball out. But if you do want to challenge, lift onto those elbows, pop the ball back. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of rest in between, just because I'm not with you. I want to make sure that everything is really nice and safe. Whereas if I'm face to face, it probably made you stay that, keep that ball there. So let's interlace those fingers again, shoulders down. Now, really stabilize yourself middle, and then take one leg up to tabletop if that's comfortable, if you want to. Roll yourself up, don't move the leg. Now, as you curl backwards, stretch that leg away. So you're beautifully stretched through the middle and then tuck it back in, but keep the knee over the hip. Don't do a little Jane Fonda. It doesn't need to go all the way to the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, 4 more. We're doing 6 on each side. Now, remember, you can do this without the ball there at all, but I really would love you to get a nice abdominal fatigue. You know, feel that little bit of a burn through the front of your tummy. You'll get that if you can stretch the ribs up to the ceiling and then press those ribs down to your pubic bone. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out, and then just switch those legs over, get the balance, breathe in and out. 5 more. Two. And last big stretch, breath in, out, foot down, elbows down, prop yourself up, bring the ball back out, curl to the floor, ball behind the head, interlace, ignore me, stretch those hands out, away from the midline, bring your feet together, knees together. Now roll your hips to cross to one side, look across to the other direction. Get a nice stretch through the vertebrae. Bring it back, look at the ceiling, readjust that ball if you need to, and then roll it across to the other side. Breathe in, lift the ribs. Breathe out, tuck the ribs to the floor as you roll back to the middle, and then roll across the other side. Just 2 more. Breathe in, lift the ribs. Breathe out, tuck the ribs down. Last one, breathe in and out. Little pencil stretch, so arms above your head and legs out straight, because I'm hoping you've got a nice bit of fatigue through that tummy. Give it a little stretch up, breath into the ceiling. And then roll yourself onto your side. Excuse me. So, we are going to go into some side bends now. 3 different versions, all right? But again, this is another one where if your shoulder is sore, I'll give you a little variation in a second. We're going to go to a side bend level 2 because it's less on your shoulder, ironically, than the level 1. So I'd like your feet in your bottom and your hand in line. So just give a quick check that they are things that are in line. That will take the pressure off that shoulder too. Lift the ribs up. So that movement there, that lifting the ribs, and the dropping of that shoulder is really important, again, just to stabilize and help that shoulder. Take that top arm nice and long. We're just going to do 5 repetitions of a very simple side bend level 2. So we're going to lift the arm up as the hips lift and the hips just push forward slightly. There's your little first bit of a side bend, and then gently lower down in between. We keep the ribs up. Breathing out and breathing in. Very simple to begin with. 3 and down. 2 and breath in. And 1 and down. Okay, if that's comfortable, let's get the extra stretch in. Breathing in, breathing out, We breathe in, hips go higher, hand goes over, and then go all the way back down to the floor and reset for a breath in. So breath out to the ceiling. Breath in on the extra stretch, lift the hips. Breath out to take you back down to the floor, and breath in just to reset and kind of wiggle the hand around if you need to. 3 more. If you don't want to do that, just sit yourself up and go into a mermaid stretch instead. So it's just too much on those arms, okay? That's absolutely fine. You put that extra stretch in without the hip lift. If you're happy with that hip lift, that should be your 5th one. Stop there. We're going to put in a thread the needle. So you're up to that original level, hands up to the ceiling. And take that top hand, you're going to thread it underneath. You're going to look underneath and drop the chest through. But we don't move the knees. Then we lift back up to the ceiling and then lower down. Nice. Don't let the knees and hips kind of slide around. Focus it all in your upper back. Lift and then down. That's beautiful. 3 more. Breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And again, if you don't want to go there, mermaid stretch, same exercise, lift and lower. You can do exactly the same thing without that extra pressure through the wrist and the shoulder. That should be number 5. So hold it there. Take the hands behind you, sweep the legs around. And come back to the opposite side. Good, guys. So stacked feet, stacked knees, in line, foot, bum, hands, fingers stretched out that way, long hand on top, lift the ribs, snoggy chest, level 1, 5 times, breath in. And in. So just a nice, gentle, but if you can get the ribs, keep those ribs low, keep them kind of almost conjoined towards that pubic bone. You're still getting a lovely oblique workout. Last one, number 5. And then after the next one, with the extra stretch, breath in. Sorry, breath out. Breath in on the extra stretch. Breath out to the floor. Breath in to reset. Redraw that belly button in. Okay, lift on the breath out. Extra stretch on the breath in, breathing out to the floor, reset, breath in. 3 more. Use that breath in to expand the rib cage. Keep going and use the breath out to really draw in that corset abdominal area. Last one. And remember, if you need to, you just quick sit into your mermaid. That's fine. Now, thread the needle, 5 repetitions. Chest lift, breath in, breath out, hook. Through it goes, breath in, look up. Lovely, and then down. Beautiful. 4 more. Breath in. Nice. And down. Breath, good. Lift that chest, lift that chest, keep the chest lifted. Good. Again, last one, mermaid version. Thread, come back, down, and everybody, when you're done, cross-legged to finish. Nice. Okay, you're going to let the shoulders and elbows rest for a second before we do kind of one more little thing. We're going to go cross-legged, spine twist, prayer position version, again to offload the shoulders. So just draw those shoulders back and down. Really press your thumbs in towards your breastbone. Lift that pelvic floor away from the floor. Lift that belly button in towards your spine. And then turn back to the front. Good. Turn. back to the front. Now keep on going. Try to get 2 millimeters further round each time, but don't move those knees. Breathe out, breathe in. Use the hands, almost push. Use almost, you're almost giving yourself a little bit of mobilization. Push with those hands. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Last one, turn to the original side. Take that hand behind you. Hand across the body onto the opposite knee. Good. And then turn, using the hands to help really increase that spinal mobility. Breathe in to hold it. Breathe out. Use the hands to try to get a little bit further. Breathe in. Lift. Get tall out of that chest. And then rest. Just switch the hands straight across. Very easy to slouch into this stretch, guys. Get tall. Proper helium balloon head before you try the rotation. Breathing out to use the hands to help pull you. Breathing in to hold it. 2, and the last one, again, as tall as you can be, back into the middle. Now we're all going to do the mermaid stretch. We're going to do the other side, the hard side. So unhook one foot, doesn't matter which one it is. So it's a little side seated position. Now I don't think anyone is kind of needing anything extra, but you can do this cross-legged if you need to. Take your hands out either side of you, lift the chest. Now we're going to go to stretch the side where your foot is out. Okay, so lift the opposite arm. Nice, and then we're going to slide the hand away, drop the elbow and reach across into that stretch. So because that foot's there, you can't lift the opposite bum cheek up, so you get the best stretch. And then just sit up on the breath in. And breath in. Last one without a hold. Breath out. Breath in. Now extra hold. Breath out. Breath in. Reach up. Don't reach down, reach up. And breath out to reset. Breathe in, engage the belly button. Breathe out to stretch. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to sit up. Breathe in to engage. Last one. Breathe out. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to reset. Relax. Okay, if that's comfortable, good. We'll do one more little twist. But obviously you don't have to if you don't want to. Breathe out when you're ready. Now we're going to breathe in, look at the ceiling, turn the breastbone and take the hand just behind you. Breathe out to look forward again. And breathe in to start again. Nice. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. Breathing out. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and hold. Now very gently uncurl yourself if you aren't cross-legged. Get tall. Hands out to the side, lift the hand, and just comfortably, especially on that first repetition, just feel how that feels. Yeah, comfortable, and then sit up. Okay, breath in. No hold, breath in. Good. It's really easy to sit back, it's really easy to kind of drop forward. Keep yourself really, really tall. Imagine you're doing this in between like 2 panes of glass. You're sitting in the skinniest alleyway in the world. You cannot drop forward or lay back. Okay, with the hold, breath out. Breath in, reach up, remember. Breath out, sit. Breathe in, draw that belly button in. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, sit up. Breathe in, lift that pelvic floor. Breathe out. Breathe in, extra reach. Last one. Okay, now with that turn to the ceiling now, be comfortable. Don't push it anywhere or anything hurts. Breathe in. breathe out, breathe in. Good, looks great guys, 2 more. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, yeah, breathing in. Good, it's going to be a good stretch. You're going to literally be an inch taller. An inch taller when you finish today. Breathe out, breathe in, and you know what, just rest. Just slouch, well done. Turn yourself and have a very well-deserved child pose stretch. So really pop your head to the floor, drop the shoulders, drop your belly button. If you want your knees wider, so you can get your tummy really relaxed in there, great, let's do it. No tension, all floppy, 2 more breaths. We're going to start the warm down now, but let's start off really cool, really chilled. So when we come up now to a beautiful 4-point kneel, good. Take those feet and knees hip distance apart. And we do our lovely cat stretch. Let's do it together. We're chilled, we're relaxed. Breathe in gently, don't force it. Breathe out through the movement. And breathe in on the lift. Breathe out through the movement. And breathe in on the lift. 3. Refocus the tip on your pelvis. I don't really want your head doing anything too crazy, but let's really lift the tailbone and tuck the tailbone. And then get the ball, finish off with a little butt blast, drop yourself onto your forearms, take the ball, just stretch one leg out behind you a little couple of inches, pop the ball in between behind the knee, tuck the knee back in again and then flex the ankle, and that basically should make it feel like the ball's not going to fall out. Lift that lower back and then just glide that foot up to the ceiling and then tap that knee down. Lift the chest, guys. Lift that back of that neck, lengthening it away. Soft arms, just really relax through the chin. With a breath if you want to, but really let's go for this. 5, 4, little butt blast, get everything engaged. 3, keep the hips level though, please. 2, take the foot up to the top, and we're going to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just rest. Sink back, take the ball away, lengthen the opposite leg away, tuck it behind the knee, tuck the knee back, flex the ankle, and elbow back down. Lift the chest, lift the belly button, float that knee up, tap that knee down. 7, and down. 6, it gets really relaxed, right at the end, little cool down, engage. 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top, engage that belly button please guys. 8 pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And then gently come up to a high kneel. Lovely, let's go for a stretch. So take one foot in front of you, hands on hips, relax the shoulders. Do a big exaggerated backwards tilt of your pelvis. So tuck the tailbone under, push the pubic bone forward, very Michael Jackson. Lovely. Old school addition, take the hand of the knee that's down, take the hand up. And keeping the Michael Jackson hip thrust, just lean across just a couple of inches, nothing dramatic, and it should increase the stretch at the hip. If it doesn't increase the stretch, just don't do it, no need. 3 breaths, 2, and the last one, ease it down. Hands either side of that foot in front of you, wander that leg out, skin stretched. We can do a hamstring, you can stand up if you need to, or use something to balance. It's not a balance exercise, it's just a stretch. Lifting tall through the torso, forwards tilt of your pelvis, so that's hipping forward, and then maybe a little chest drop, but it's again all in the pelvic position. Again, 3 breath hold. And then when you're ready, 2 and 1. Just hands back in front, tuck the knee in, and just switch sides over. Nice. Gently and slowly take yourself there, hands on hips. Backwards tilt. That little hip thrust. Nice. Again, it should be hip flexor, so that very deep hip bit. Hand up on the side of the knees on the floor. And again, if it gives it more, give it a little side bend, but only if it gives you more. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember, guys, 3 breaths, you know, just about that speed, about that time hold. Hands down. Again, with balance, if you need, grab a chair, grab a wall, doesn't matter. Lift yourself up. Engage the centre for balance. Forwards tilt of the pelvis. And then a little chest lower if it gives you more, but get a nice hamstring stretch. And we can do this seated, you could be standing, there's no right or wrong. As long as you get a little hamstring stretch, I don't mind what it looks like at all. And after that 3rd breath, tuck both of your knees in. Don't fall over your mat. Tuck your toes under and just give your toes a very quick stretch. Nothing too dramatic, but it could be quite intense. Sit back on those heels. Okay, let's push your right heel into the floor. Again, you're just literally feeling that stretch up the back of that calf. And then across to the other side. Fantastic, little stretches, good. Nice, even up that weight distribution. Get 50-50 weight through both of those feet. Drop the chin down to the chest. Lift that belly button and then lift your bum as well. Engage that centre, guys. Really lift that hammock belly up towards that spine as you curl up. Through 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulders roll back and down. Head comes up last. And then just relax that chin down towards your chest. Really lovely, guys. Okay, get back into the middle of your mat. Shake off. Yeah. Okay. So go nice, simple corkscrew to finish. It's a lovely one to finish with. Let's circle the arms behind you up, interlace the fingers, and just rest there for a second. Really rest, guys, yeah? Engage the centre, shrug the shoulders as you breathe in, and relax the shoulders as you breathe out. Stretch the arms up as you breathe in, and circle those arms down as you breathe out. Let's go again. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, shrug. Breathing in, relax. Breathing in, reach. Shoulders relax, breathe out, circle. One more with a heel raise. Breathe in, lift the heels. Breathe out, release the heels. Breathe in, shrug, lift the heels. Breathe out, relax the heels. Fantastic, guys. Breathe in, hold. Take your time. Shrug the shoulders up. Stretch those fingers to the ceiling. Lift those heels up as well. And then she's fallen. Lower down. Really slowly. I've gone. The heels have gone. They've gone. Hands on hips. Relax the shoulders, but lengthen the back of that neck. Draw the chin into the chest and widen those collarbones. Tip forward of that pelvis once. That pelvis backwards once. Halfway point. Drawing through those hip bones. Really draw those hip bones together using that kind of center muscle group. Lift the pelvic floor. Tense the thighs. Release the thighs. Lift the inner arches up. Put a nice big smile on your face. And relax. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. As always, just message me with any questions. All right.